there. This is Real Talk Baseball on CarloBaseball. With me, as always, is ErnieOrange. The first half of baseball is finished. We're excited. We're going into the All Star Game, and we're gonna see the Home Run Derby tomorrow. We get to see all these players that are really good and to represent the NL and the AL. Of course, we're gonna see the Phillies. Some of them are pretty mad, and of course, the Red Sox. So, but before we get into all our topics, Ernie, how's it going over there, dude?
What's going on, everybody? Well, we're just excited to be back on another beautiful Sunday night here in LA. We have a lot of baseball to talk here tonight. It's exciting All-Star Game weekend, the best time of the year. We get to showcase the best talent of the MLB from the National League and the American League. And we're going to see some talented players come out to play, or some of them are just going to sit it out. So it's kind of interesting to see how that's going to play out. There's a lot to talk about. The MLB Draft just finished right now. And there's a lot of young studs also making names and headaways where they will land for the future, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, there's a few of them from California, so it's making a lot of headlines out there. So that's pretty dope, dude. Before I continue with this, before we continue or start our show, how hot is it out where you're at right now in the room?
It's pretty hot, man. We're sweating under this bright ring light we have here to look kind of better, but it's okay. We hang in there, man. It's pretty hot. It's hot summer, but it's the best time of baseball. It wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just saying because it's a little hot over here. I have a fan right under me, so I feel great right now. All right, let's get started. Home Run Derby. Who is going to win the Home Run Derby for the 2025? You don't see no Pete Alonso in there. You don't see the champ from last year, Teoscar Hernandez. New names pretty much on the whole lineup of the Home Run Derby. So are you surprised by this lineup? Before I even get into who's going to win, you surprised about this lineup?
You know what? It's a pretty decent lineup. There is some new names in the list that I was not expecting to be there. As you can see, Ronald Acuna is no longer actually going to perform now in front of Atlanta. It's going to be his teammate Matt Olson taking over, who has played in 2017 and showcased that he could hit some deep balls out there in right field. But this lineup is okay. The top four batters that we see here are probably the most talented ones here. We got Kyle Raleigh, who fell one home run shy of the first half record with 38 home runs. He's an easily favorite right now, and I don't see why people wouldn't want to choose him. I just have a big concern with him. I feel like he's not going to go as hard as he would want to. I think he's going to take it easy. I think he's just really worried more about the home run record over the home run derby, right? Because if you think about it, this guy's on pace of breaking a record that possibly can never be done again. And why not just focus on that over a home run derby, which, you could just take a batting practice in a sense. True. James Wood, on the other hand, we got Jamal in the chat. He got that on lock. Man, he's one of my possibly favorites. He hits some deep bombs out there in Washington. He has an opposite field power. He could hit it wherever you want. He's a guy that could potentially be a big threat for this home run derby. Yeah. Now, I am worried a bit of his conditioning. It's a deep derby. It takes forever sometimes. The later rounds, this is where my big concern for him comes around. But he definitely has a chance to be in the finals for me. Now, O'Neal Cruz is the guy, man. He's a little sleeper here. Not talked about much. His exit velocity and his power and his speed and the batting, man, this guy's incredible. And I think he's going to be crushing some balls deep out there in Atlanta. I'm worried for those little kid outfielders, man. They're going to probably get hit with a baseball, man. So be careful if you're out there shagging them balls. Please be careful. So, if I had to choose a player right now, it's O'Neal Cruz based on his speed and his exit velocity. I think he just could take it anywhere in the park and win. What's going on, Carlos? I got you laughing over there, man.
I don't know why. I had the feeling you were going to choose the same player I was going to choose, dude. And you said everything correct. That's why I was aiming to get O'Neal Cruz, dude. Seriously, it's just how fast he hits the ball, how hard he hits it, how deep he hits it, how smooth his swing is. And the next guy that I would probably bring up is James Wood. He hits the ball so clean, so easy. It's just kind of brings back a little bit of that King Griffey Jr. swing. It looks like it's effortless, but I know it's a lot of power, and I know that it's aggressive, and I'm not trying to downplay any of that. It's just when you see it, it looks so smooth, so soft, and he hits it like hard and deep, dude. So those two guys for me were gonna be the one of the guys that made it all the way to the final. And you pick Cruz, and I'm like, really? Like I was gonna pick Cruz, but you know what? You go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead with James Wood. These are two guys that's never made it to the home run derby or never tried to be in that mix. Now that they have the chance to do it, I think they're going to show out, dude. Why? Because these are the young studs. This is the future of the MLB. These are the guys that kids are going to be looking up to. So I'm not trying to say any disrespect to any of the other guys, Kyle Riley. I'm not trying to say anything about Camaro, of course. Buxton is going to be cool to see because we've seen him play out. It's just sometimes he's injured. Well, he gets injured a lot. He's going to be participating in this. This is great. You know, Booker is another player that hits some bombs, but I don't know. For me, a left swinging hitter, it's a lot easier for that stadium to hit a home run. And then Chas Chisholm, dude. Really, he's the only question mark I have on this roster right now. A home run derby. Like I know they're asking players and they're asking them to be part of this so we can get more people engaged into the game. And you know, I got to give it up to Jazz. He said, "Hey, I'll do it. Why not?" So what if he surprises, right? And we're over here doubting him.
Yeah, I mean, that bottom list looks like they're not the heavily favorites, but they easily could be sleepers out there, man. They all have a chance of winning. They all want to showcase their talent. They all have power. Junior Caminero is a young stud, man. He's 23 years old, and he's been hitting a lot of bombs for Tampa Bay as well. He's already hit 23 in the first half of the season. He looks very promising, has a lot of power. Byron Buxton, like you said, man, he's been healthy this year and has proven why he's been an all-star. You know, he just hit the cycle over the weekend. He's been impressive. You know, he's dealt with injuries in the past, and it's something that's always been the problem for him. But I think he's been able to overcome, and is finally finding ways to stay healthy. You know, we got Brent Rooker, who's coming into the second season of his career, and he's continuously showing the power he has. But it's just tricky with Josh because I think Josh is going to be that streaky hitter. When he gets going, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
And when you're just pitching him down the middle, and if he finds a guy that's going to pitch him where he needs it in his sweet spot, that guy could hit some bombs too. So all these guys have potential. Now, Cal Raleigh's a heavily favorite, but that's just a big concern for me there because I think he's just going to be on cruise control. He just wants to make sure he's okay for the second half of the season. And the home run derby is just doing it for fun, man. I think the MLB had a hard time finding players to play this tournament today. It just seems like these guys just want to rest and they don't want to overwork themselves. That second half, it's a long season. So we'll see, man. But Matt Olson, you know, we have not mentioned him. He is a home favorite. He does have some power. Who better that could perform at that park in Atlanta than Matt Olson?
Yeah, and he's a lefty hitter too, so he can knock it out of that stadium, and he knows how to hit in that stadium, like you just said. One of the things that I did kind of find interesting is that a lot of players are kind of opting out of going into the All Star game or opting out to not hit in this home run derby. You just mentioned that people want to take the time off. Is it because we're seeing more teams that are trying to beat the elite teams like the Dodgers, like the Padres, like the Yankees? You know, these top teams are the Mets, you know, they go into different places. Of course, they have different series. And when they go, like, let's say they go to the Nationals and they go to Washington, the Nationals aren't just going to let up. They're playing hard, right? And trying to beat these elite teams. And sometimes that is tiresome and it gets them tired. So I saw a lot of this season. I haven't seen it in the previous seasons to where I see a lot of elite teams like that, to where you go to Colorado. I mean, Colorado's not the team that can do that, but that's why I'm mentioning the Nationals and the Marlins. Those type of teams will wear those top teams out.
Oh, yeah.
And those tired, I think they're tired, dude. I've never seen these teams be so tired in the halfway point like it has been this year. Or am I wrong?
No, you're totally right. I mean, I feel like I've seen more teams go through like a lot of bad losing streaks or good winning streaks. Yeah. There has been yet to be a team that's been consistent all year round. You're finding teams going through different stretches of the year. It's been really tough matchups. And I think this is why a lot of players are also not trying to participate on these like home run derby or all-star games. It's because there's a lot of teams on the mix for the playoffs right now. With you expanding the playoffs, you're only creating more chances for teams to compete. And a lot of these guys are just like, you know what? Let me step back and focus on the second half and finish the year strong so my team can make it to the playoffs over me being selfish, just trying to showcase my talent in the home run derby.
True, true. All right, man. Let's move on to the next segment of our show, the All Star Game. Are you excited for this All Star Game? That's gonna be, I guess, for shown everywhere on July 15, Tuesday.
Oh man, I mean, just last week I was totally excited having this show. We were talking about the All Star Game, how excited we were for it after announcing the All Star reserves and the starters. You know, it was exciting times. But then this weekend came around and they announced all the replacements, and that was a bummer. Just hearing that all these top talented players were no longer going to be in the All Star Game was pretty upsetting.
Yeah,
And you know, just last week I would have told you that the American League had a chance to compete with the National League. I mean, they had the best talented pitchers with Scooble, Max Fried, Hunter Brown, Jacob deGrom, Garrett Crochet. And I would have told you, man, just give me those 5 starters and the American League's going to win the All-Star game. Today, that's not the case. You're
it's
talking
not.
about Crochet is sitting out. Max Fried is sitting out. Jacob deGrom is sitting out. Jusei Kikuchi's not pitching, which I don't think was going to be a difference. But now you're talking about having team representatives. The Angels is another case where the Angels are not going to have no one playing the All-Star game tomorrow, Tuesday night. It's kind of like, what is going on? These guys do not really want to put the effort to play. So why have the All-Star game? There has to be a new type of game if you want to have this true game of All-Star. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And I agree, dude. I think that, and we just mentioned that before we got into the segment, that we're kind of seeing a lot of players drop out of the All-Star game because they want to take the time off. And it's been a long season so far, man. It does feel like it's been dragging and being competitive and seeing teams, you know, squeak a win out, like trying super hard against not so elite teams. But I do see that it's going to get a little, I mean, I'm still going to watch no matter what. So that's crazy, dude. Sorry. My St. Louis Cardinals constantly suck. Hey, you got to keep faith. You got to keep going. You can't say that the Cardinals suck. You still have another half of baseball. Even if you have to wait till the end of the season to see if you're going to make it to the playoffs or not, you have to stay true to your team, man. I just don't I don't like when people talk bad about their teams, because sometimes baseball is just like that, dude. And don't do it. Ernie, you're still there? I think Ernie got locked over there. All right, I'll still continue with this. So the All-Star game, it's going to be exciting. I'm going to be watching for sure. Even though I say I'm not going to be watching, I still watch. Every baseball fan that says they're not going to be watching, they still watch. And I mean, it's going to be exciting. We're going to see the home run derby tomorrow. Who's not excited for that, of course? And everybody's excited for that. We get to see some players, you know, show out. Like Jacob Wilson, we get to see him on there. We're going to get to see him in the first time. Junior Caminero is going to be another player that we haven't seen on there. We're going to see Riley Green. We get to see Javi Baez. We've seen him with the Cubs. Now he's playing for the AL, so that's going to be exciting as well. It's going to be awesome to see. Let's see. Who else? We got Ryan Hornby in the DH. Remember, he's been in the league for a while. He hasn't done all that great. So let me see if Ernie's coming back. I believe so. Let's see. Hold on. Give me a bit. Ernie, are you there? Nah, not yet. All right. Well, I want to go back to the Tyrese Skubal, why he started. Hey, Ernie, what's up, man? You popping up? You good?
What's going on, man? This thing just froze on me. I feel like I was not trying to be part of this show neither. You know, if everybody's going to sit the All-Star game, might as well me sit this show out tonight. You know?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm joking, guys. I've been having a little bit of technical difficulties here. I'm not sure what happened with my computer, but we're back on. Yeah, just keep going, man. I heard Tarek Skubal, right?
Yeah. So Terry Scoob, I wanted to talk. Nick, thank you for putting that there. Jamal, thank you for putting that out there as well. But Tarek Skubal got called by Max Fried, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Is that Max Fried called him up and told him, like, hey, you know what, you want to start on Tuesday, and they were just talking back and forward, and he was just saying that you know what, he deserves to start. So Tyrese Skubal said, oh, you know, thank you. I appreciate you calling me and letting me know that I'm going to take the ball. The next day, which was yesterday, Aaron Boone called him and told him, hey, you're taking the ball on Tuesday. I need you to be 100%. You're going to do 2 innings, the normal, right, for an All-Star game. And he appreciated it. He put it out there. I think he tweeted out on X. He said, oh, you know what? I appreciate guys telling me if I'm going to go ahead and start. I don't have to go on Monday and then figure out that I'm going to pitch on Tuesday. No, they let me know on Saturday. I can get ready and I can do what I need to do in the All-Star, which is great. And you do appreciate that, right? So that's cool. That's cool. And he's taking the ball for sure. So I just wanted to give that little story out there because I got to read it on X and I was like, oh, that's amazing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Baseball players talk to each other.
That's true. That's amazing. They have a respect for one another. Tarek Skubal is a talented pitcher, and he needs to be with his mindset right when he's going to face the top hitters in the National League.
Yeah.
We're talking about he's going to face Shohei Ohtani, the first hitter in the game. So he has to be locked in, and he wants to know that, hey, I need to start studying how to pitch Shohei. He doesn't face him too often. I mean, think about it. You know, they face each other
the beginning of the season
now. Yeah.
Yeah. The beginning of the
season.
It's
different now.
Yeah, it is. It is really different, dude. So it's going to be cool. We get to see that. On the other side, though, we get to see Paul Skeens as well. He's going to start for the National League. So we get to see 2 at least starters going out there and starting. So we got Nick saying that the Cardinals, I mean, look, the Cardinals, like I was saying before, the Cardinals are rebuilding. They're going to get better. I don't know if they're going to trade out Renato this season or maybe off season. So that's going to be a huge hot topic once that happens. But I mean, let me know. Do you feel like they should trade Arenado so they can go ahead and get max value for him right now? I mean, that's the things that they're looking at because every team is trying to see if they can get Arenado. But are the Cardinals charging too much for him right now that Arenado's playing okay? Maybe next year it's not going to be the same, right?
Yeah, that's true. This Cardinals team's been impressive. I think it shocked a lot of people that they're playing at least above 500 right now.
Yeah,
their pitching has been a bit consistent this year. You know, I mean, impressive. Sonny Gray, Livator, you know, guys have been stepping up and performing at levels that we did not expect. Mason Wynn is coming of his own. Wilson Contreras has a slow start, but he's finally found his bat. You know, the Arenado, that's a special player, man. And that you ask yourself, should you trade for this guy and focus on the future and focus on winning later? Because can this team really win the NL Central? That's the main question right now. And I think I want to ask you, Nick, out there in the chat, let us know. Do you see the Cardinals competing with the Brewers and Cubs right now? Because that is a tough 2 teams right now that are playing great ball. And if you're this Cardinals team, I don't know if you want to buy or sell on the deadline right now. I think you got a couple weeks now before you make that final decision.
Yeah, definitely. All right. I told Jamal I put a question for you, Ernie. So, hey, Ernie, if Mike Trout can stay healthy in the second half, you think the Angels get a wild card?
You know what? I mean, they're in the mix, and they've been so inconsistent, Jamal. It's kind of like crazy. Like every time they're about to get to 500, they just go on a little losing streak again, and it's like they're always trying to fight and climb back that 500 level. They're starting to fall behind pretty quickly. I mean, this Red Sox team just continues to win. Their Mariners and Rangers are also on top of them. So, yeah, I mean, if Mike Trout gets hot, it's totally possible. He's finally starting to feel a little bit better. I could see him batting a bit better. He's hit a 17 home run yesterday. He's 5 away from 400, so I know he's eager to get that number and go over that 400 home run hump. So I could see the Angels making the playoffs only if their bats get hot again and the pitching comes to fruition. And I think I don't see it happening this year, which is kind of like, man, I don't want to doubt my team, but it's just like you want the best for them, but something is missing. And I don't know what it is, but they're too streaky for me right now. But they're having a year that we could have never asked for. As an Angel fan, this is the best season we've had in a decade. So with the talent we have. Yeah.
I know we talked about it last time. We said if the Angels trade Mike Trout, they can get good value for his talents right now. Maybe in the future it won't happen, but you already answered that. If they don't get better in the 2 first weeks of the second half of baseball, then you might see Mike Trout get traded. We don't know. Of course, as an Angel fan, you don't want that, but you kind of also have to think about the future of what's going on with the Angels. And if there's a team that's willing to take his contract and take him as he is, then that's going to be beneficial for the Angels. But only time will tell. We will have to wait until that happens. And of course, once that happens, we're going to have it here for you. If you guys haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. We appreciate it. We get on every Sunday. We started getting on Wednesday, either Wednesday or Thursday. We'll post it up, of course, on our social media platforms. But yeah, definitely we've been talking a lot of baseball. But let's continue. Nick is over here saying, they're not at the Cubs level. We asked them a question. We asked them if the Cardinals are at the Cubs and Brewers level. They're not there yet, but they are going to get better. So it's only going to look good in the Cubs. We don't know if the Cubs are going to continue to be better because there's a lot of contracts there for next year. So we'll see if they have the money for them to keep the
Yeah,
same team.
that's an interesting point. I mean, the Cubs do have to figure out they're going to pay Cal Tucker. That's a big free agent signing coming up, and then they could even afford him.
Yeah.
You spent a lot of money for your manager, Craig Console, and it's like the Brewers are just right neck to neck with them, and it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You're right. And then they don't have pitching right now. They're hurting. I mean, Showtime Managa and Matthew Boyd have been the two best pitchers right now, but then with Justin Steele, big major injury, it's a huge concern for me.
It is. We'll see the training deadline too. That's going to be really exciting once we get there as well. Let's go continue with our next topics. And let me go here to the banner. Sorry. Dude, there was a few players from the Phillies that were upset of some guys getting into the All Star game. And I'll go ahead and post this right here. Real Muto said, nothing against Mazeroski, kid, but those two are deserving of being in the All Star game in the first place. So he's talking about players that play in the Phillies, and we know that there's a lot of players out there that deserve to be on the All Star game. What do you think about this, Ernie?
It's pretty impressive that the Phillies players spoke up. They stood up for their teammates, and I think it's the right thing to do, especially when you're trying to make the playoffs and try to be in a World Series contender like the Phillies. They spoke up for their pitchers. I mean, if you guys know, if you look at that Phillies rotation, it's one of the deepest rotations in baseball. You got Aaron Nola, which is having a down year, and even then, the other players have been able to pick them up. Yep. You got Zach Wheeler, the only pitcher representing the Phillies when you have the best rotation. And then you got Ranger Suarez and Christopher Sanchez. The two guys he's mentioning here did not even get the nod. Two guys that are really impressive. You know, Ranger Suarez has an ERA under 2. Which is impressive in the first half of the season. Christopher Sanchez was an all-star last year. This year, he has way better numbers than last year. He's 7-2 with an ERA about 2.6. The guy's been incredible. He had an impressive outing today against the Padres, going 7 strong. He's showing why he's an all-star. And then we got Nick Castellanos, sharing his thoughts. It's turning into Sabana Bananas. I mean, what is he trying to say by this? I think he's really upset about the situation. These two pitchers deserve to be there. And the MLB decided to go with Jacob Mazeroski, a kid that's only started 5 starts in the MLB. Yes, he has the nastiest stuff in the game that we've seen. But 5 starts, Carlos. Are you kidding me? This is not supposed to happen this way. MLB fans, we're old school. We're old timers. We like to see guys that have proven it, that showcase that they're the guys. Last year, Paul Skeens got the nod, and we were kind of like, wait a second. Paul Skeens? And this year we're talking about Mazeroski, 5 starts. Are you kidding me? And then you got Trey Turner also voicing his opinion. He's saying that's fucking terrible. It's not the All-Star game in the sense that the best players go there. It's whoever sells the most tickets or has been put on social media the most.
Damn, that's pretty tough what he said though.
it was pretty nice to hear from somebody like Trey Turner, who's typically pretty quiet. And I think these guys, finally raised their voices and they share their frustration. This is a time in baseball where they're totally right. Social media plays a big role. They just want the guys with the biggest numbers, the biggest guys that are going to sell. And I'm sorry, but Mazeroski, he's great, but I don't think he's that popular like Paul Skeens is. So,
yeah.
I don't know. What are your feelings about this? Did the Phillies doing the right thing by voicing their opinions?
Of course, man. You have to back up your boys. You have to kind of say like, hey, my guys are pitching their ass off. Like, let's say Ranger Suarez, dude, this guy is pitching 200 ERA. Like, what the hell? How come he's not in the All-Star game? And of course, your boys have to back you up, which the Phillies are. They're voicing their opinion and they're saying what they need to say. Why? Because these guys are deserving of going to the All-Star. And we've had this problem, Ernie. Like, we've been talking about this all this time. We've been mentioning the All-Star game is more a popularity contest than it is playing on the field. And, we've had our debates. We've been going back and forward. And now that this is happening again to where we saw this last year with Paul Skeens, now we're seeing it with Mazeroski. And nothing against the kid, right? The kid has fire. He throws good. I'm excited to see him. Now, let's look at that side. His side is, it seems that they asked 12 players before they asked Jacob Mazeroski to play in the All-Star game. Now, if those players decided to say, I'm not going to go play because I want to take the time off, of course, a young kid, you get asked, that's a young kid, you're going to say, I want to go pitch. I want to go strike out these guys. I want to be able to pitch against Aaron Judge and see if I can, match up my heat because, that's exciting. So of course he's gonna say yeah. So it's just mix emotions when it comes to that. Like, you do want to see the young kids play, but at the same time you kind of have to prove yourself to the league and to everybody that this is going to happen regularly. And I think the other one that I kind of saw is Christian Yelich backed his boy up as well. He came out saying, like, I understand that these guys are mad, but this guy is deserving. When you see this pitcher throw the ball, like, you're going to fall in love with his fastball and how he carries himself, how much of a beast he's out there in the mound. So, of course, he's defending them as well, like as every teammate should. And this is going to be exciting, dude. I think it's going to just create a little bit of drama, which is good for baseball. And everybody's talking about it and not staying quiet, which is
so
perfect.
You know what I want to see from the MLB and what I want to see from Dave Roberts? You better put Mazeroski on the mound. I have to see him now. If you're really going to call him after 5 starts, I think it's time to showcase the world who this kid is and why he's going to be the future All-Star, which he was this year. But, man, this guy does have nasty stuff. I mean, his record is 4-1 in 5 starts. His first 3 career starts, he did not give up a single hit, Carlos.
Yeah, I know.
And then against the Dodgers, he struck out 12 Dodger players. I mean, he did have that one terrible start against the Mets, in a doubleheader, rainy weather. I mean, was it a bad start? Possibly. It ruined this ERA. I think Nick is saying that his ERA is over 3 right now. But, I mean, it was one bad start, and that's why that ERA is inflated. But overall, I mean, Mazeroski, like you said, does have the talent, and he should go on the mound because I need to see if it's a real deal when you put him on top of these All-Stars now.
Well, yeah, now that he's in there, we better see him pitch. I saw the ERA. I'm looking at ERA is a 2.81 ERA on 25.2 innings. So he did say it's 4-1. That doesn't matter at the end of the day, because now if they're just going to take him because of his talent, and we want to see that talent, do you see him pitching after Paul Skeens?
Oh, I see him being a later inning guy.
Later?
He's one of the freshest arms coming from the minors. I think he deserves to play. And I think some of these guys are just going to want to be like, you know what? Do I really want to come out in the 8th or 9th inning? No, I'm okay. Let the young stud go in there.
True.
I'm too old for that now.
Look, dude, I asked you last year that they were talking a lot about Paul Skeens, and now Mazeroski's coming up, and I think everybody's going to start knowing who he is because of the electric stuff he brings, right? Now, I'm going to ask you again. I asked you last week, is he going to be one of those guys that are like Paul Skeens and going to start getting, traction and start getting fame because of it?
Oh, definitely. I think the All-Star Game is the best opportunity to showcase your talents. And I think the MLB is trying to look for the youngest talents with the hottest arms in baseball, the guys that are not dealing with Tommy John injuries. And you're like, this is the time to grow our sport. Baseball loves pitching. And unfortunately, we've been detrimental with a lot of injuries in the past couple seasons. And you giving the chance for these young studs to show their talent, it's the best time.
Yeah.
It's the best time to showcase them right now that they're healthy.
Cool. But you don't see him number 2, right? You see him later on. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I see him number 2. I hopefully it's number 2. I don't know.
I want to ask you one question. What are your thoughts on the Phillies giving Christopher Sanchez $50,000, even though he didn't make the All-Star? It was a bonus that the players receive for making the All-Star. It just shows that the Phillies respect the heck out of their players. I mean, Christopher Sanchez doesn't have a big contract.
No,
he's not fortunate enough to get these long-term deals just yet, but he will.
Yeah,
but
he will.
You think the Phillies did the right thing?
I think as a club, they should be able to give and how do you call it? Gift these type of monies when you didn't expect this player to do what he's doing. And if they were expecting that, then they should start paying his contract now. But I feel maybe the organization didn't think he was going to do this well. And that's why they felt like, okay, well, he's going to make the All-Star game. We'll give him that bonus. Now that he didn't make the All-Star team, I think they're doing good by showing him like, hey, we appreciate you here. We love what you're doing. You may not have made the All-Star, but to us, you're the MVP. And I'm pretty sure Christopher's going to be like, hell yeah, I'm ready to go in the next half. My team wants me here. This organization loves what I'm doing. And, I need to show out. So it's good for them, dude. It's good for anybody that does it, actually. These baseball players, it's not easy what they do. A lot of people think, oh, yeah, I want to become a baseball player. And they forget about, how much they have to fly, how much they have to be away from their families, how much they have to do on the field besides the baseball game. So, it's just crazy, and it's good. It's good for the Phillies. I just feel like that's really cool. Like, so we'll leave it at that, man.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. You want to I got Jamal in the chat. He's mentioning about the MLB draft. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you're familiar with the draft, but the number 1 pick today was a 17-year-old phenom, Ellie Willits, going number 1 overall, a shortstop out of high school. What are your thoughts on drafting a 17-year-old kid at number 1, Carlos?
Damn,
he was not projected number 1. Ethan Holiday, the son of Matt Holiday, was a projected number 1 draft pick, and he went number 4 actually. So, what are your thoughts of going for a 17-year-old kid? Is that scary for you?
It's scary because the boy is still not developed. He's still not developed to where we can see how he's gonna grow, what else needs to grow, and like. I mean, I don't know, man. Talent at 17 to kind of feel like he can play in the MLB already. I don't know, dude. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to say, damn, that's a good pick. Why? Because it's just 17, dude. 17, you're still in high school. Like, what's going to happen with that? Are you going to finish high school, or are you a dropout? Or are you going to do what Bryce Harper did? Bryce Harper took the test, got his GED, got out of there. Bam, the Phillies got him into the draft, gone. This guy's 17. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It really is. I mean, like you said, this kid has not even grown to his full potential. Like, his height, he still could grow a little bit taller. I mean, so many things could change for the future. I mean, he's still a young stud. This first round in the MLB draft is really tricky for me. You get a lot of people really upset about their teams drafting these guys. It's really hard. Baseball is not the sport like any other. You could find guys in the later rounds, and they could be the future star players that you would have never thought. So these first round picks, man, they're kind of tricky. We try to pick and decide who is a better player coming up, but in reality, we don't really know, because once we see them play in the minors, you start realizing, you know what, this guy probably doesn't have what it takes to make it to the majors, and it happens more than we think. I mean, these guys are not sometimes really ready. I mean, the talent's there, but their mindset and talent still needs a lot of work.
So maybe this is where I got it wrong. Maybe this 17-year-old is a leader. He's ready to be that leader. It's hard to see that in 17-year-olds, right? But maybe he's a leader out there. Maybe he's one of those guys that is really polite to people. Maybe he's the one that goes and speak up for his team and speak to his coach or his manager, whoever needs to hear him out. And he's the leader. Remember, Michael Jordan got chosen from college for not being the number 1 player on his team. He wasn't. So sometimes when someone sees that talent and sees that different angle of this player, that's when you get lucky and you get picked. So maybe that's what's happening here. They got to see that other side of this kid, that they're seeing that, oh man, this guy's a leader. This guy's going to win championships for me. I want him now. I'm going to go ahead and sign him now. Go give him a good contract. Get him at 17. Boom. Get him now. So that's what happened, dude. So yeah.
Exactly. We got Nick saying that he feels like 17 is like you're still going through puberty. I mean, you're totally right. The kid is still growing to become a man, He still needs to grow through those puberty years. It's crazy, man. Yeah. I mean, I think he's talented enough to make it to the pros, and I think he will make it. It's just a matter of time, couple years in the minors, building him up, and then he'll be fine. It just was kind of interesting because the Nationals do already have CJ Abrams. I mean, they already have a star shortstop, so I'm like, kind of, wow, they went for that guy. Interesting. Now, the Angels with the number 2 pick had the option of going for Ethan Holiday or Cade Anderson, a lefty pitcher from LSU. They went with a guy who was projected number 17, man, I don't even know his name. I had never heard of this kid. He's from UC Santa Barbara. A lot of fans are really upset. Like, you already had 2 guys up there, and you still skipped through them. He's considered to have the best changeup in the game of this class. So, I mean, this is where I'm like, I'm not that of scout, so I don't really watch these kids out of high school. So I can't opinionate just yet. I need to see them develop and watch them in the minors before I could decide if this guy's going to be the real deal or not.
True. But you said that he does have that changeup. Sometimes that changeup, it seems that that changeup's kind of not being thrown so much in the MLB now. So maybe that's what they saw. So once he gets into the big leagues, he'll be ready and throwing that changeup. You said Ethan Holiday. He got drafted at number 4. He is going to go to Colorado where his dad played. So he was emotional. He did cry in the camera. I got to see that. And a lot of people are wondering, why is he crying? He's going to play in MLB. Well, it's different when you're going to a team and you're going to go play baseball, right? And you're going to show your talents. Now that he's going to Colorado, now he has to step up and play to what his dad did, dude. His dad was a legend out there in Colorado. They went to World Series. I know they didn't win any World Series, but he went to the World Series in Colorado. If you talk about Matt Holliday in Colorado, everybody know who he is. So he's going to have to fill some big shoes out there. And who doesn't want to, follow in their dad's footsteps, going to Colorado and playing there and being drafted there. I know he finished his career with St. Louis, right? But he's a big Colorado guy. So he didn't go number 1 like everybody expected. But
yeah, I mean, you also got to understand that these guys go through interviews with these teams. So you never know. Maybe that number 1 pick with the Nationals, maybe they interview Holiday and they were like, you know what, it's not going to be a perfect fit for us. Maybe let's go with this guy instead. It depends how they approach the kid and how they think about him for the future. Jamal's asking, Nick, what do you think about the Cardinals drafting Liam Doyle? Man, Jamal, you're going to have to let me know who this guy is. Man, I should have done my more homework in this MLB draft, man. I was watching and I'm like, I've never seen some of these kids. And it made me realize, do I need to watch more college baseball? And sometimes I do for the College World Series, but the regular season, it's kind of hard to keep up with it, with the MLB and that going at the same time.
Dude,
I don't know. I don't know how people do it.
Dude, but it's not a lot of players coming off of college right now. It seems that there's a lot of players coming from high school. The White Sox, they got a shortstop from Corona High School. Carlson. Yeah. So, I mean, these guys are high school. He's 19 years old. I guess they held him back a year. A lot of people are doing that now. They're holding their kids back 1 year so they can, I guess mature a little bit more. But you have the 17-year-old going first in the draft, so that doesn't really matter, right?
Talking about this Corona High School, the number 1 high school in baseball, had 3 first-round picks. Seth Hernandez, one of their top pitchers, went to the Pirates. Now you line them up with Paul Skeen, Seth Hernandez, and then, man, this is incredible.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy when we start talking about these little kids. We're going to see this in the future. It's going to be exciting. I'm like, hey, remember we talked about this?
No, you're right. I mean, these kids are going to get paid big time money. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is wild.
All right, let's move on to our last topic. It is going to be a short one today. We just want to get through it. We did have a show on Wednesday, and we already talked about all that stuff, Soto and all those things, which was pretty fun. The last topic we have are the Red Sox. The Red Sox have won 10 in a row, and we were saying that maybe they're dead. They're not going to play anymore. They're going to trade off a bunch of players after they traded off Devers. No, 10 in a row. Are you feeling good about the Red Sox?
I mean, we knew what the Red Sox had in the offseason. They were built to win.
Yeah.
They dealt with this Rafael Devers incident, and it just felt like, what happened? Like, their season was just not going the way they wanted to. There was a lot of drama in the clubhouse, and we continuously saw that there was things not going well for that team. Sure. Now, you let go of Rafael Devers, the drama's gone. The team's locked in. They're focused. You got a young kids playing really well, like Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer. They're just been pretty impressive. Obviously, not having a lot of power just yet, but they're transitioning pretty well to the MLB, and they're showcasing that they will be future players for this All-Star Red Sox team. Talking about the best player they have right now is Ceddanne Rafaela. That guy has been so performing at a level I've never seen. He's a small, skinny guy, but he's continuously bringing up clutch hitting. A lot of bombs for this team, batting .271 with 13 home runs, been performing at a high level for the month of June and July. And it's been the main reason why this Red Sox team is playing really well.
Yeah.
And you got to be impressed with their pitching. Giolito, Crochet, man, they continue to impress me. Yeah. So I think they're locked in. Walker Buehler, we still have not seen the best of him. So wait till he locked in.
Wait till we see, or wait till they start seeing him start throwing lots out. He hasn't been there yet. A lot of people are starting to give up on Walker Buehler, but the second half is where he steps up. And if we start seeing his numbers, the Red Sox can do something crazy, and we're all waiting for it because we chose the Red Sox to win that division out in the East. Not only that, but Alex Bregman came back as well. He's another leader that they needed in that clubhouse. So now he's going to be able to lead without having Devers there. because he was injured when Dever got traded. Now he's there, he's back, and it's going to be an amazing run if they can get someone to help him out in pitching, which I think they need one more pitcher, and I think they need one more hitter out there, but who knows what they're going to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's an impressive run. Sweeping the Rays over this weekend, a team that was ahead of you in the standings. You proved to them that you're the better team right now. And there's clutch wins, walk off on Friday, a shutout by Crochet on Saturday, and today, Ceddanne Rafaela bringing the home run today to secure the lead. And, Chapman, what can we say about that guy? Still incredible. And, I mean, this Red Sox team is dangerous. They're 3 games back of first place right now, 1 game behind the Yankees right now for that wild card spot. Who would have saw that the Yankees, Red Sox would still be competing for this wild card spot after trading Devers? I mean, I'm pretty impressed. I think everybody should be. They finished this first half of the season strong, the way they were supposed to. They're going to continue this hot streak going into the second half. And Alex Cora knows how to play, manage this game really well. And I think he's proving why this Red Sox team was the team to win in the offseason. Yeah. So we got Nick Yates saying this is an awesome show. Is it? I think it's a great show. Thank you for tuning in, Nick. We really appreciate you commenting and keeping the chat active. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. We will hope to see you every Sunday here and continue talking baseball.
Yeah.
That's what we do. I mean, we love talking baseball with the listeners, and we're here to talk a lot of baseball. I mean, the next couple of weeks we got the trade deadline, so we have a lot of rumors, a lot of speculations we got to go through, and a lot of teams that are willing to make desperate moves for desperate times right now, because
it's going to be exciting, dude. I'm just waiting for it. I just want to go ahead and say before we continue, I know I have the Dodger Giants out back here. It feels great that the Dodgers won this series. It feels even better beating the Giants than it does the Padres. Why? Because this is the rivalry, dude. And I was going to say, no, it's the Padres. No, dude. It felt great. Going that extra innings in 11, it just felt great, dude. I just felt really great. And I think every fan out there that's a Dodger fan, they might say, oh, you know what? The Giants fans or the Giants team is our rivalry. And dude, today I was excited, dude, like super excited. Me and my son got pumped that we won the series. Because if we would have lost, I would have felt it today, dude. You guys were coming off a 7-game losing streak going into this Giants series, and we were questioning if this Dodger team even has enough to go deep into the playoffs. And today, this series was important for the Dodgers, and it was a great way to finish the first half of the season. It was a desperate must-win for them today. And, unfortunately, they had to go to extras, another blown save by Tanner Scott. But I think he's going to find his groove in the second half. I think they just overworked him this first half, and I think he'll find his pitches again in the second half, man. It's been concerning with him, but this Dodgers team is beat with injuries right now, man. These guys are overworked, and I feel bad for these arms, man. The bullpen is just... I don't even want to talk about it right now because they're like, man, go get your rest, go relax. Mookie Betts, go get some steak, start gaining some weight. We need that weight behind that bat for you to start hitting home runs, start getting doubles, because I know you were sick at the beginning of the season. You playing baseball throughout the season without getting out. This is good. You need this rest. Everybody else needs this rest. And everybody in the MLB does too. That's, like I said at the beginning of the show, I said that there's some crazy things that I feel like it's happening this season that I haven't seen in the past. I feel like there's too much competitiveness this year. So hopefully it stays that way. You're a Dodger fan with a Giants sign in the back. Yeah, but let me show you a little bit. That's a toilet seat with a Giants sign on there. And then I have to my left, I do have the Dodger championship. So that's why I have them up. Ernie told me to put the Padre one there, but I'm like, no, I think the Giants perfect. I've had it there for a while.
Carlos, you got to put the Padres one too. You got to have both teams there.
Dude, I can wear a Padres
your
hat.
Rivals. They're your rivals.
But I can wear a Padres. Look, today I realized, like, look, the Padres are the rivals. They're rivals. How long though? We've talked about this. How long are they going to be our rivals for? Are they going to start trading off their players and we're not going to be able to compete in the playoffs a lot like we have in the past? And
Maybe
that's
till
where
Machado leaves. Maybe once Machado leaves, that rivalry is
exactly.
over.
Hopefully not. Hopefully it continues and then it grows to where I won't even wear or want to look at the Padres hat. I have the Padres hat. In fact, I'll wear it if they start winning a game here and there. Why not? So, but I would
Definitely,
never wear
definitely.
that hat right here, though. Never. So
You can never wear a giant hat.
no,
Interesting,
never,
Carlos. Well,
never.
we got Neto in the chat that he's heading to Atlanta for the All Star Game. Man, well, you have a
Yeah.
great time out there. Make sure to buy us a flight, take us with you. I mean, I'm actually going to a Liga Mexican Baseball League this weekend coming up. A Mexican Baseball League game. It's going to be my first time going to a game in Mexico. I'm going to go see the Diablo Rojos against Guerrero, Oaxaca, from Oaxaca.
Man.
So just want to throw out there, the Diablo Rojos are from Mexico City, where Trevor Bauer played last season. So I'm showing up a year late, but I'm going to see Robinson Cano, 41-year-old second baseman, still playing ball. I'm pretty excited. I'll try to get some content to show on social media what to see in a baseball game in Mexico.
Well, I encourage you to get some footage. Please do it. It'll be amazing if you can. I know it's a little hard. I've gone out to the stadium and say I'm gonna start talking to people and interviewing people, and it's hard to do. But I'm throwing all my positive stuff to you. Hopefully, you can do it. If you can do it, that'll be great. It'll be great content for us.
I have to do it in Spanish.
Yeah, that's difficult, but it's going to be all right. You're going to be doing good, dude. Relax. You're going to be all right. We'll put this footage on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere.
All right. Now the question is, now that I'm going to a baseball game in Mexico, what jersey do I wear?
Oh, that's crazy.
I got 3 jerseys to choose from. I got an Angels Ohtani jersey to wear. A vintage Angels jersey, the one they've been wearing, the throwback.
The California Angels?
Yes. Or the Mike Trout one.
Okay, so I'm old school. I like to wear the California Angels, man. That's an OG. I like that one. Does it have does it have like the thing on the sleeve?
Yep.
Oh, it does. I'll rock that one. That one for sure. I know Ohtani and Trout, they're the top players, but I just to me the vintage Angels jersey, I definitely will buy that jersey because it's a dope ass jersey, dude.
For sure, man. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the type of food they have there. They have cheerleaders at these baseball games. It's just different vibes. I've watched it on social media over the years, so it's my turn to experience this during the baseball break of the season right now. So take advantage and go visit Mexico's baseball games out there.
Well, have fun out there, man. Give your last mentions before we go. It is the Power Hour. We usually go all the way. Ernie, we said we were going to do 30 to 35 minutes. We went all the way 40 minutes, man. My bad.
It's totally fine, man. Well, thank everybody for tuning in. We had a great show, a lot of laughs, and we're hoping you guys enjoy the All-Star Game. Like Carlos said, we will be bringing up topics of the trade deadline rumors coming up this upcoming weeks. But for now, I'm heading to Mexico. I'm getting some content out there for Real Talk Baseball. And we're flying pretty soon, so I'll see you guys next week. We should be back.
Definitely. From all of us here on Real Talk Baseball, I'm CarloBaseball. This is ErnieOrange. Real Talk Baseball, signing out.